So, ang gagawin po natin, so as usual, I would like to interact with you. Kapag, since Q&A type po tayo, pag ang answer po natin ay alpha, use po natin yung emoji na heart. Pagka naman po bravo, yung thumbs up. Pag Charlie, yung confetti. And then pag delta naman po is yung clap emoji. Ayan, thank you so much. Kung ano lang po yung arrangement dyan sa inyong screen, yun po yung ating gagamitin. Okay, now let's go to the first question. Which statement best describes nationalism? Is it A, loyalty only to political leaders, B, love and devotion to one's nation, C, desire to control other countries, or Delta, support for international organizations? So meron tayong mga sagot. I can see a lot of thumbs up, which indicates bravo po ang sagot natin. Ano? So sa tanong po, ang hinahanap natin dito, ano ba yung best na nagko-conceptualize or nagpe-present ng nationalism? So pag sinabi nating nationalism, most likely it is a state of mind. No, it is our mindset toward sa mga bagay tungkol sa bansa natin pertaining to the people, 'di ba? Sa mga tao na meron o kasama sa isang nation, tungkol sa culture, tungkol halos sa lahat ng bagay na kung saan ang nire-represent is yung ating bansa o ang isang bansa. So pag nationalism ang pinag-uusapan natin, therefore, that is okay, bravo. Love and devotion to one's nation. So, pag meron tayong sense of nationalism, pag meron tayong na-instill na nationalism sa sarili natin, therefore, we value, we appreciate, we recognize kung ano man yung meron na magaganda at maaayos, something na ikinapaproud natin pertaining to our country. So, number one, that will be bravo. For number two, which form of nationalism focuses more on customs and traditions? Is it A, ethnic nationalism, B, cultural nationalism, C, religious nationalism, or is it Delta, political nationalism? Ayan, may iba't ibang form of nationalism kasi tayo. Meron tayong ethnic, may cultural, may religious, and political type of nationalism. Pero pag ang hinahanap natin ay nakafocus more on the customs and traditions, ano kaya yon? Ayan, so mga puro bravo na naman yung nakikita nating sagot, which is cultural nationalism. Okay, pag ethnic nationalism, ano nga pa pag sinabing ethnic nationalism? Yung ba yung nahanap nating sagot? So pag ethnic nationalism, tatandaan po natin yung word na identity. Pag sinabi nating ethnic nationalism, nakafocus siya, anong klaseng race ba yung pinagmula ng isang tao, anong lahi. Pagka naman religious nationalism, dito mas nakafocus kung ano bang uri ng religion, anong klaseng religion yung nag-exist or mas kilala sa isang nation, sa isang bansa. So meron kasi tayong minsang perspective na pag narinig natin yung pangalan ng isang bansa, meron na tayo naiisip agad na religion na meron doon sa may bansa na yon, di ba? For example, we have the Middle East countries. Di ba? Usually, ang meron doon yung mga Islam. Pagka naman mga, for example, Southeast Asian countries, majority, kung hindi yan Buddhist, di ba? Catholic. Depende kung kasama sa mga nasakop na bansa during the early times or during the time of war. Pagka naman political nationalism, it focus more on the ideology ng anong klaseng government yung meron sa isang nation. So pag sinusupport natin yung uri ng government na yon, yung uri ng political state or idea na meron doon, ibig sabihin, ang meron sa atin or ang tinataglay natin as a person is political nationalism. So ang hinahanap natin dito, since nakafocus sa custom and tradition, ano ba yung mga usual na ginagawa na kasanayan? Therefore, we are looking for bravo, cultural nationalism. Okay, moving forward to number 3. Which characteristic of nationalism refers to the people's sense of belonging together? So kanina, form of nationalism, ngayon naman character. So pag ang tao merong nararamdaman na sense of belongingness na parte siya, kabilang siya doon sa isang nation, sa isang grupo, ano ang meron or character na pinapresent? Is it distinction, general picture of state, or defined territory, baka naman group feeling. So far, nakakakita ko ng mga pare-parehong sagot. Majority answered, ayan, the clap emoji, which is the delta. So, bago ulit natin sagutan, pag sinabi nating distinction, okay, sa alpha, when we say distinction, it means uniqueness. What makes a nation unique? No? Ano ba yung identity niya? Ano ba yung iba sa kanya compared to other nation or group of people? Pagka naman general picture of state, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito is yung perspective ng tao sa isang nation. Is it the same? Are there similarities? Parehas ba ng nakikita? Parehas ba ng pananaw tungkol sa bansa o sa grupo na kanilang kinabibilangan? And then when we say naman define territory, masasabi natin na there is a nation kapag merong defined territory. Meaning, pag sinabi natin defined territory, merong mga nakaset na boundaries, may mga nakaset na limits ng lugar, ng area na pwedeng masakop nung nation na yon. And then, ano bang hinahanap natin sa number 3? Okay, that will be delta, group feelings. The people within the nation, they feel that they belong, okay? They feel that they are part of the community. Okay, number 4. Kung nakakasunod pa nga po, pa-thumbs up po ako dyan. Baka mamaya mabilis po ang aking pacing. Okay, thank you. For number 4, sabi natin dito, a nation being separated from others through language, religion, and race refers to, is it common interest, group feelings, defined territory, or distinction? Ayan, ibang word lang actually yung ginamit natin kanina dito. Yung term na ginamit natin to ask, ano ba yung character na yon o yung characteristic na yon is being separated. Ano natin siya nadi-distinguish from one nation to another? Sa kanina kasi sa pag-rarasyon natin ng number 3, ang ginamit natin is yung kanyang uniqueness. So dito naman yung kanyang ano yung nagse-separate na character by means of language, religion, and race. Therefore, okay, tama. Ano? Sa number 4, what we're looking for is distinction. Kasi sabi nga natin, di ba, each nation has their own language, religion, and race. So, kagaya sa atin sa Pilipinas, we also have our own language, which is Filipino. We also have religions in the Philippines, not necessarily isa lang, pero may mga distinct, may mga kilalang religion na majority meron sa Pilipinas, and race, di ba? Usually, pag sinabing race, hindi lang naman yan naglilimit sa pagiging Ilocano, Bicolano, Batanggenyo, Kapampangan. Pag sinabi nating race, ito kasi yung mga features, characteristic ng kung ano ba pag sinabi ang isang Pilipino. Usually, di ba, bansot, maitim, pango. O, yun, characteristic natin yun, or physical characteristic natin yun na nagsiseparate or nagdi-distinguish sa atin as Filipino from other nation, from other types of nationality. Next, number 5. Which is considered the first and most important instrument of nationalism? School, press, plug, or radio? So may iba't ibang tool or instrument kasi na ginagamit tayo to ensure na nai-instill or na-share natin yung knowledge pertaining to nationalism. Pero meron tayong pinakamahalagang symbol na ginagamit to present, to conceptualize, ano ba pag sinabing nationalism. So, ang hinahanap natin sa question sa ating STEM is the first and most important instrument. Okay, correct, ano? In number 5, the answer is Charlie, flag. Okay, bakit naging flag? Pag sinabi natin flag, because of its appearance, kaya tayong ma-distinguish easily anong nationality tayo, anong bansa tayo napapabilang. And at the same time, di ba, pag sinabi nating flag, kagaya ng naging discussion natin during the POA, it can be easily carried in times of war, in times of competitions, because flag, pag yan ay naka-raise, pag yan ay namamayagpag, meaning it is victorious, no? Someone from that country, from that nation, successfully done something. So by simply means na nakita natin yung flag na yon, there is a meaning behind it. Okay, but we also have school. So ano na may ginagawa sa school? Ano yung technique? Sa school kasi, we use different types of materials. Di ba? Yung mga textbooks, yung mga articles, yung mga literatures na ginagamit. Doon natuturuan tayo ng iba't ibang bagay tungkol sa nationalism. Pero minsan, it becomes controversial because of how the information was presented on those materials. Sometimes, we're not that certain if truthful ba siya, realistic ba siya, or is it already politically manipulated or modified. So although ang gusto sa ating ituro ng mga sa school, yung mga material na ginagamit is our history, our culture, sometimes there is a question about its certainty or truthfulness. Pagdating naman sa press, nakafocus ang press natin yung journalism in giving news, in updating the public, ano na ba nangyayari, ano ba yung mga mahahalagang balita na dapat alam ng mga Pilipino, ng mga tao. And then pagka naman radio, napopromote natin o natuturo natin ang nationalism by means of radio kapag nakikinig tayo ng mga, for example, yung mga OPM, yung mga music, yung mga songs, and at the same time, through radio, we can also gather or gain information because of its news. And then sa radio kasi hindi lang siya music eh. Minsan may mga parang telenovela or parang mga movie na by means of listening. Okay? Ginagamit din po natin dyan yung radio. Okay, next. So feeling ko yung 1 to 5 may mga naka-perfect pa niya. Number 6, patriotism is best defined as: is it A, loyalty to foreign countries, B, economic dependence on other nations, C, feeling of love for one's country, or D, political domination over others? So parang nakakakita ko ng mga iba't ibang sagot. Merong Bravo, ay merong Alpha, merong Charlie. Halo, ano, mix yung sagot. Dalawang emoji nakikita ko sa screen. Okay, pag sinabi ano ba kasi pinagkaibahan ng nationalism sa patriotism? So para hindi natin siya often nagagamit interchangeably as if they have the same meaning or intensity when it comes to its use. Pag sinabi kasi nating nationalism, it is more of our mindset and emotion. So pagka tayo affected tayo pag mayroong tungkol sa Pilipinas na for example is hindi maganda, nasasabotahe o napupuna ng iba, naapektuhan tayo parang nahe-hurt yung pride natin na hindi, ang Pilipinas maganda, mahusay, ganyan, okay? Pagka naman patriotism, sa patriotism, it is more on a deeper level. Pag sinabi natin deeper level, yes, you value your country, you recognize your country, and at the same time, what can you do for your country? So more of action, more of deep connection and value pertains or towards the nation, towards the country. Okay, so pag patriotism pa pinag-uusapan natin, that will be Charlie, feeling of love for one's country. Because of that love, because of that emotion, no? Ma'am, ba't parang ano siya, ba't parang same with nationalism? Sa nationalism kasi, we value everything or all things about our nation. We take pride about those things. Pero pag sinabi nating patriotism is that because of the love that we have for the country, we can make sacrifices, we can make or do something na para sa kapakanan ng bansa. Okay, mas ano siya, mas mabigat yung nire-require niyang level ng execution or pagpe-present kung gaano mo ba talaga kamahal yung bansa. Sabi nga natin, 'di ba? For a person to become a patriotic, one must be a nationalist. So hindi nai-instill sa isang Filipino or sa isang tao ang pagiging o pagkakaroon ng patriotism not unless meron mo na siyang naunang naramdaman na sense of nationalism. Kasi doon nagmumula. Okay, nationalism muna bago nagkaroon ng patriotism. Okay, next. Number 7. Moderate patriotism is best described as, is it A, placing one's nation above all any other countries? Bravo, showing loyalty for one's country and respecting others. Charlie, avoiding involvement in national issues and identity. Or Delta, rejecting foreign influence regardless of its benefits. Ayan, nagkaisa ulit tayo sa emoji. I can see majority are answering bravo. So dito po kasi, di ba, we have extreme patriotism, moderate patriotism, and ethical patriotism. So pagka extreme patriotism ang pinag-uusapan natin, dito, ang connotation kasi dito, ang concept dito is that my country, right or wrong. Ibig sabihin kaya nga from the word itself, extreme, laging ang tama, laging pinagtatanggol, laging ang naging stand out is yung bansa. Regardless kung tama pa ba or mali yung pinaniniwalaan or pinaglalaban ng bansa natin or ng kahit anong bansa, that is extreme patriotism. Pero when we say moderate patriotism, it is more on the neutral or balance level, meaning you value your country while also respecting or value the culture of other nation. Pagka naman ethical patriotism, dito nakafocus if yung mga bagay ba o system ba na meron sa isang bansa is tama, appropriate ba, accurate ba siyang nagagawa. So since sa number 7 ang hinahanap natin is ano ba pag sinabing moderate patriotism, what statement best described? So therefore, kagaya na napag-usapan natin, that is bravo, showing loyalty for one's country and respecting others. So balance lang, neutral lang. Number 8, which type of patriotism focuses on justice, human rights, and moral values? Ayan, mabilis na yung masasagot. Lalo na mga nakikinig. Oh, ang dami, ang bilis, ang galing. Okay, is it extreme, moderate, or ethical? Actually, kung may eliminate tayo, delta, kasi hindi ko naman na yan nabanggit kanina. Okay, so obviously, sabi sa STEM natin, it focus on justice, human rights, and moral values. So ang ina-assess dito, ang gustong tignan is kung tama ba, accurate ba yung mga nakukuha or yung system na pinapatupad. Therefore, in number 8, that is ethical patriotism. Next, number 9. What is a common characteristic of both nationalism and patriotism? Is it A, respect and concern for the nation? B, hatred toward other countries? C, refusal to follow national laws? Or D, rejection of cultural identity? So sabi natin, di ba nagmula ang patriotism sa pagkakaroon ng nationalism. Pero sa question natin, ang tinatanong natin dito is, ano ba yung meron sa kanila pareho? Okay. That is alpha, respect and concern for the nation. Next, number 10. Which pre-Spanish Filipino value refers to maintaining social harmony through reciprocal relationships? Is it hiya, pakikisama, amor proprio, or bahala na? Ayan, nakakita ko ng maraming thumbs up. So, ang focus natin sa question natin is maintaining social harmony through reciprocal relationship. So actually, we only have 3 pre-Spanish Filipino values. Diba? We have hiya, pakikisama, and then utang na loob. So dito, ang hinahanap natin is pakikisama. Ano ba kasi pag sinabing hiya? Pag sinabi natin hiya, it pertains to shame. Okay, shame or protecting one's dignity. Lagi natin kino-consider yung actions natin kasi baka mamaya ang maapektuhan is yung hiya natin. Hindi natin magawa isang bagay kasi meron tayong hiya. Or ang gumagana sa atin is yung hiya. No? So nakokontrol nun over yung ating actions, whether gagawin ba natin siya or hindi. Pagka naman sa pakikisama, ang mga Filipino magaling makisama in a sense na we make adjustments. No? Nag-a-adapt tayo sa kung ano yung sino, yung mga taong nakakasalamuhan natin, anong situation or condition yung kinabibilangan natin. And then we have amor proprio. So amor proprio is one of the positive Filipino traits. So ano pag sinabing amor proprio? It is knowing your self-worth, self-love, No, ang mga Filipino daw mataas ang level ng amor proprio kasi hindi tayo madaling mauto, hindi tayo madaling ma-take advantage of ng ibang tao kasi alam natin yung ating self-worth. And then Filipino negative naman po traits, Filipino negative traits is yung bahala na sometimes we do not plan or we do not intend to uh, plan ahead of time or we do not make decisions. So, hinahayaan natin yung fate o yung kapalaran na mag-decide o magdesisyon, gumawa ng mga bagay-bagay, himala para sa atin. Okay? Next, we also have number 11. Number 11, which value focuses on debt of gratitude in Filipino culture? Ayan, ang bibilis, ang gagaling. We have Isitiya, Bayanihan, Utang na Loob, or Ningas, Kogon. Okay. Since na ano na natin, na-elaborate na natin kanina to, so parang follow-up question lang siya. So obviously, what we're looking for is Charlie, Utang na Loob. Okay, ano ba yung nire-discuss dito? Bayanihan. O positive Filipino trait siya in a sense na yung mga mabibigat na trabaho napapagaan because we have sense of bayanihan. Ang mga Pilipino natural na magaling makipag-cooperate, magaling open open open-minded sila sa pagbibigay ng tulong. Sa for example, 'di ba very obvious naman sa atin yan, for example, merong na aksidente, kahit hindi mo kakilala hihintuan mo yan, tutulungan mo yan. Sabihin natin, ma'am, binibidyohan din naman po, nila-live din naman po. Eh, siguro part of the culture na lang yun. Pero yung tulong na inilelend natin sa kapwa, very natural yan sa Filipino. And then we also have Ningas Kogon. It is a negative Filipino trait. Pag sinabi natin Ningas Kogon, sa una lang magaling, sa una lang siya excited. Sa una lang yung enthusiasm. And then later on, nawawala na yun. Nawawala na yung commitment, nawawala na yung excitement. Okay, next, number 12. Which of the following Filipino? Which of the following is considered a positive Filipino trait? Is it A, crab mentality, B, manyana habit, C, strong work ethic, or D, ningas kokol? So kung meron tayong i-exclude or i-alisin na dito, obviously that will be delta, the ningas kokol. Kababanggit ko lang po, it is one of the negative Filipino trait. So we only have 3 choices. Okay, so since ang hinahanap natin is positive Filipino trait, obviously that will be Charlie, strong work ethic. Ang mga Pilipino kasi, 'di ba, kahit minsan not well compensated or low wage income yung pupunta sa kanila, they still do their job well, no? And hindi sila basta-basta sumusuko or umaalis sa isang trabaho lalo't alam nilang kailangan yung gawin yung trabaho. Especially, 'di ba, sabi ko nga, nakikita natin 'to sa mga tao within the agriculture field. Kasi yung mga mangingisda, magsasaka, kahit mahirap, kahit maliit kita, they still do their job. They still do their part. Crab mentality, that is negative kasi sabi natin, 'di ba, nanghihila pababa. Instead of helping other people na makaangat, maayos yung buhay, mapagaan yung buhay, gumagawa pa or humahanap pa ng rason, ng butas on how to make sure na yung isang tao, yung kapwa niya is lulubog ng lulubog. So parang if I go down, you will go down with me. Ganun ang eksena dyan. Okay, sa Bravo naman, manyana habit, ito yung kakamamaya na natin kakamamaya because of procrastination. So pwede namang gawin ngayon, pero dahil ayaw mo, mamaya na lang. Okay, that is manyana habit. Okay, next, number 13. The national territory includes the Philippine archipelago and all blank. Is it A, foreign territories, B, international waters only, or letter C, other territories under Philippine sovereignty or jurisdiction, or delta, military bases abroad? Ayan, ma'am, parang alam ko yung sagot kasi pinakamahaba. O makamamaya, hindi ganyan yung presentation sa question sa ma-encounter ninyo, ha? Okay. So, ano ang sagot natin dito? So, I can see majority are answering Charlie. Okay, so dito, ang Philippine Archipelago kasi, it does not only limit sa ating mga land territory. So, di ba? Sa sovereignty kasi natin or sa territory natin, meron yung mga extensions, meron yung mga exemptions na kung saan part pa rin siya ng national territory ng Philippines. Okay? So that is Charlie. And then for number 14, the national territory includes all of the following except alin kaya ang hindi kasama? Kasi ang hinahanap natin is alin ba ang mga kabilang sa national territory ng Pilipinas? Okay, I can see a lot of laughing emoji, delta. Okay, so number 14, that will be delta, foreign military bases. So explain natin yung tatlo na kasama sa national territory. So pag sinabi nating terrestrial domain, pag sinabing terrestrial domain, it pertains to the land territory. Pagka naman fluvial domain, ito naman po yung mga water territory. And then yung aerial domain naman po, ito naman po yung mga nasa himpapawid o yung mga nasa ah, taas na portion ng ating bansa langit. Okay? Next, number 15. According to Article 14, all educational institution must include the study of the. So, alin daw dapat ba yung kasama sa itinuturo sa mga educational institution? Is it civil code, criminal law, constitution, or international treaties? Okay, for number 15, that is Charlie. Okay, the study of the Constitution must be included in the educational institutions curricula. Meaning, kung ano man yung mga program, yung mga courses na tinuturo, yung mga topics, dapat may portion doon na pumapatungkol or kahit paano pumapahapyaw sa tungkol ba saan ang Constitution. Why? Ang Constitution po natin, that is the highest law of the land. That is the basis of all the law in the Philippines. Okay, number 16. The Filipino family is considered in Article 15 as the blank of the nation. Is it A, result, center, foundation, or symbol? Alin kaya dyan sa apat? Okay, so that is Charlie, the foundation of the nation. Tandaan po natin, the family is the basic or the smallest unit in the community. Meaning, since pinakamaliit na unit siya sa community or sa society natin, it serves as the foundation. Kasi pag hindi maayos, pag walang family na binubuo, wala ngayon bubuo mismo doon sa society ng isang lugar, ng isang community. Okay, number 17. Number 17, marriage is described in the Constitution as an blank social institution. Is it A, optional, B, economic, C, inviolable, or D, temporary? Okay, may nakikita ko. Ay, parang tatlo ang sagot. Parang ang dami. Parang may Bravo, Charlie, tsaka Delta. O, alin dyan ang sagot? Okay, according in our constitution, marriage is, okay, Charlie, sa mga nagsagot po ng Charlie, you got it correct. Marriage is inviolable social institution. Pag sinabi po natin inviolable, it is a sacred connection or relationship. Hindi po siya basta-basta, sagrado po siya. Marriage is protected by the law. Kaya nga po sa Pilipinas, di ba, as of now, we do not have divorce. At meron man tayong annulment, madiwara, mahaba yung proseso. Why? Because marriage is being protected again by the law. Hindi lang basta law, the highest law in the Philippines, which is the Constitution. Okay, next, number 18. The Philippine flag is described as having colors red, white, and anong kulay pa? Ay, ba't parang iba-iba. May thumbs up, may clap. May confetti pa kanina. Naiba na yung color ng ating flag. Is it green, yellow, black, or blue? Ay, parang ang dami pa din. Iba-iba talaga. Guys, baka ano 'to, Philippine flag 'to, baka ibang bansa yung flag ninyo. Okay, 'pag Philippine flag, yung major colors that we recognize are red, white, and blue. So, tandaan po natin yung mga meaning ng colors na yan. For blue, the meaning is peace, truth, and justice. Pagka naman red, that is patriotism and valor. Or other term po ng valor is bravery. And then, yung white naman po, especially yung white triangle, no? It means liberty, equality, and fraternity. Okay? And then yung sun naman, usually it pertains to unity. Again po pag major colors, red, white, blue. Pag ibang color, ibang bansa na po yun. Okay, next, number 19. The 8 rays of the sun represent the first 8 provinces that. So ano yung alam natin na yung sun sa Philippine flag is composed of 8 rays. Kaso ano yung represent ng 8 rays na yon? Ano yon? Tungkol saan? Okay, so dito medyo marami na may pare-parehas ang sagot, no? In number 19, yung 8 rays na yun, those are the provinces that, okay, Charlie, took up arms against Spain. So sila po yung mga unang probinsya na lumaban sa mga Espanyol. So ano yung mga probinsya na yon? We have Manila, Bulacan, Cavite, Pampanga. We also have Nueva Ecija, Tarlac, Laguna, and Batangas. So majority are from Luzon. Diba? We have Region 3, merong Region 4A, meron din yung NCR. Okay, next, number 20. Which act is considered prohibited regarding the Philippine flag? So, pag sinabing prohibited, ano yung hindi dapat gawin? Ano yung bawal gawin? Is it A, displaying it in schools? Letter B, mutilating or defacing the flag? Letter C, hoisting it properly? Or Delta, teaching its meaning? Kung parang pare-parehong positive kasi ing yung dulo, lahat gerund. Okay, pag sinabi nating prohibited, pinagbabawal, ang number 1 na bawal gawin sa Philippine flag is to mutilate or deface the flag. Pag sinabi nating mutilate, punitin, sirain, and then at the same time, dumihan. Bakit bawal? Because it shows disrespect to the flag. Tatandaan natin, flag is the most important symbol of our nation of nationalism. Okay? Next, number 21. The flag should never be displayed in places such as saan hindi pwedeng i-display. Is it Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, or Delta? Okay. The answer in number 21 is Charlie. Nightclubs and gambling joints. Bakit bawal i-display dyan yan sa mga nightclubs? Kasi yung lugar na yun is not a place na decent. Okay? Is not a place na dapat pag-displayan ng Philippine flag kasi yung mga ginagawa doon sometimes is indecent na. No? Okay, next, number 22. Which of the following is an exception where foreign flags may be displayed? Kasi ang pag-display po ng mga foreign flags, yung mga flag ng ibang bansa, hindi basta-basta. So may mga rules, may mga laws din tayo na sinusunod. So kailan pwede? Yan tinatanong natin. Kailan siya pwede? Saan pwede? Is it A, sa public markets? Sa school ba yan? Sa embassies and diplomatic offices? Or D, residential homes? Okay, for number 22, that is, majority got the correct answer, Charlie, embassies and diplomatic offices, meaning kung saan silang mga opisina kadalasan na nananalagi o kung saan sila designated na mag-stay as representative of their countries. Number 23. Which phrase is included in the national motto? Ayan, mahalaga ang national motto natin kasi siya ay nakalagay sa ating Great Seal. Is it A, makaagham? Letter B, makakultura? Letter C, makakalikasan? Or Delta, makaekonomiya? Ayan. For number 23, ano ba kasi yung ating national motto? Maka-Diyos, makatao, makakalikasan, at makabansa. So what we're looking for is Charlie, makakalikasan. So ang arrangement po una makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan, and the last one is makabansa. Number 24, what words appear on the scroll beneath the national coat of arms? Ayan. Sa national coat of arms natin, di ba yun yung nakikita natin yung andun yung azul and yung siguls. Yung azure and yung siguls, sa azure yung kulay blue, andun yung bald eagle. Kasi yung bald eagle, it represents yung time na naging under tayo ng kolonyalismo ng Amerika. And then doon naman sa may red, andun yung lion na kung saan ang nire-represent niya is yung time na under tayo ng colonialism ng Spain. Ang tinatanong, ano ba yung nasa scroll sa baba? Sinabi natin scroll, yung parang papel na naka-fold doon sa lower part ng coat of arms. That is kay Delta, Republika ng Pilipinas. Next, number 25. The flag raising ceremony shall be conducted every tuwing kailan ang flag raising ceremony? Is it A, Tuesday morning? Is it B, Wednesday afternoon? C, Thursday evening? Or Delta, Monday morning? Ayan. So majority are answering the same answer. But yung iba parang kanina nagsasagot ng Charlie, Thursday evening. May iba kayong guys, flag na binababa, tinataas. Parang ibang flag yan. Okay, for number 25, flag raising po ang ating tinatanong. Therefore, it must be conducted during Monday morning. Pagka naman po, flag lowering ang pinag-uusapan natin, it was usually conducted ng Friday afternoon. Pag sinabi po nating Monday morning, usually, according to the law, it is 7 a.m. in the morning. Pagka naman po flag lowering o yung flag retreat na tinatawag natin, it is usually conducted every Friday afternoon, or to be specific, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, so nakuha po ba yun? Pa-thumbs up nga po ako. Okay, so that ends our tithing. So very, very short lang naman. Since we covered the salient parts or important parts na dapat makover, at malamang pagkukuhanan po ng mga question for your examination. So hopefully all of you will pass your exam. Itong narating na ay bukas na pala. Opo.